Good morning, my dear students. So, let us continue the remaining concepts related to the reproduction in organisms. So, in a previous class, we have studied few of the asexual reproductions. Like one, we called it as the fission we have observed. Under that fission, like binary fissions are there. In that binary fission, like we called it as the simple binary fission, the longitudinal binary fission, as well as in transverse binary fission. Likewise, in the oblique binary fission, then it is followed by the multiple fission during unfavorable conditions of plant bodies, especially those we can observe a amoeba. During unfavorable conditions, it can start to produce us the multinucleate bodies, amoeboids. So once the cyst will be broken, all such type of the amoeboids can be comes outside and shows their individual life. So these things we have discussed still now. Under this, one more mechanism is there that we called it as the plasmotomy. What is meant by a plasmotomy in the sense, when a parent is in multinucleate parent, that multinucleate parent can undergoes division to produce us a multinucleate daughter individuals of many daughter individuals, not a single individual. One parent of a multinucleate parent can undergoes to produce us the many multinucleate daughter individuals. Let us talk about asexual methods. Those we called it as a plasmotomy. So the plasmotomy, it represents the production of or multinucleate parent can undergoes division to produce many multinucleate daughter individuals. Is called as the plasmotomy. The best examples for this plasmotomy we can observe in the following organisms called as Opalina, and Pelimixa. These both are belongings to protozoans only, and they will performing the plasmotomy type of a multiple fission. Like if we have to observe few more different types of asexual reproduction methods, like we called it as the another method that is a budding process. Budding. What is mean by a budding? Bud in the sense, a parent body can produce as a external projection part. A extra projection part we called it as a bud. That extra projected part may be present inside the individual body, or it may be present outside the body of a parent cell. So based on this bud formation on the surface of the body or within the surface of the body, the budding process can be differentiated into two different types. So one different type we call it as exogenous or external budding, the other one we call it as the internal budding. The budding mechanism is in two different types based on the formation of the buds. These are external budding process and internal budding process. So external budding process, external in the sense the bud can formed on the surface of parent body. On the surface of parent body, the bud will be formed. We call it as the external budding process. So these external buddings, where we can observe in the sense many of the organisms are we seen those we call external budding performing organisms. One best examples is a hydra. One such example is a hydra, and yeast is the another example. Like some of the annelids, those we called it as some sponges like cycon, and some of the annelids like psyllis, and some of the coelenterate like we called it as the So the many of organisms are following can performing the different types of external budding mechanisms, and to produces their population, that we call it as on the surface of the body region they are produces the extra buds. Those buds will develop into a new individuals. Once they may separated from the parent and they shows their individual life, and they are similar to their parent organism. When it comes to the internal budding, so these buds are present or present within a parent body. The buds are present within a parent body, we called it as the internal budding, where we can observe these internal buds in the sense especially the organisms we called it as the freshwater organisms like sponges, the freshwater habitated sponges. The best example we can give the freshwater. In freshwater, the organisms are surviving called as the sponges. They can produce us the buds. That buds are the special type of the cells they can produce. That special type of cells we called it as the archaeocytes. How these can be observed in the organism of sponge in the sense, if you have to take example of to find out the diagram. So it is a outer protective coat, then outer protective coat internally it is having a special structure called as by internally the archaeocytes are present, and these specialized cells also we called it as the gemmules. So gemmules are the asexual structures can be seen in the freshwater sponges as well as some of the marine water sponges. So these cells, it is a outer protective coat, and internally, so which has composed of the different types of the cells like amoeboid cells and different types of external protective cells are present. And by internally, the gemmules, are the asexually reproduced structures. Whenever the conditions will be favorable, then through the micropylar region they will comes outside and formed each gemmule will develop a new colony of a sponge through the micropyle. Through the help of the micropyle, the formed archaeocytes. So these cells also we called it as the specialized cells called archaeocytes. So these archaeocytes are behaves like a gemmules, and these gemmules can help for a internal budding formation and the asexual reproductive method. And when it comes to the another methods of asexual, we called it as the fragmentation. So fragmentation, it indicates the formation or the parent body can divide into many pieces. And each piece can develop into a new daughter individual. So it means fragmentation. The parent body can divide into many pieces. A small fragment manner it will be divided, and formed each piece can helps for development of a new daughter individual. Where we can find these kind of daughter individuals are like a fragmentation method, in the sense we can observe these in the following organisms, like we called it as, we can give the many examples. The sponges can be performed, and the coelenterate and hydra, and the organisms like we called it as lower algae, the algae we called it as the Spirogyra as one algae, as well as in the fungus, that fungus we called it as the Rhizopus. Say fungi, like in the bryophytes called as Marchantia, comes under the bryophytes. Likewise, in the Selaginella, it comes under the pteridophyte. So, these organisms can show the fragmentation method. Apart from these organisms, we can give the best example for this fragmentation method if you may observe the starfish, which will comes under the echinodermids. The starfish is in a 5-armed structure. Like how it is present, it is having with 5 arms are present. So, at the central region, the presence of a oral cavity as well as the only single opening for this organism. Through that opening only it will take the food and it will ejaculate the food also. So, now we have to observe this is the organism of starfish. If any damages may occur in the region of this arm or in the region of this arm, or it may happen the division in the arm. If any piece may detached from the parent, the detached piece have the ability to develop into a new starfish. That we can observe and to give the best examples of a fragmentation. So, the fragmentation can be seen in organism like starfish also. It is a best example for the fragmentation method. Like in the bryophytes, like we called it as some asexual structures are present, those we called it as the gemmas. The asexual multicellular green structures we called it as the gemmae. So, these are multicellular green asexual but formed on produces a receptacle of it produces a receptacle called as gemma cups. So, the gemma cups are the receptacle portions which will produce us in the region of the gemmas. So, you can observe the structure of the gemma which is present in the a structure we can observe in so, this we called it as a gemma which has either the male cone or female cone which is present, and which has a specialized structures with attachment of the. So, gemmas which has composed of rhizoids which will attach us to the a substratum and having the male cone or female cones, and the gemma cups. Those gemma cups can produce us the gemma structures. These gemma structures are green multicellular asexual buds. During favorable conditions, these gemma cups will be detached, and each gemma cup can develop into a new branch of a bryophyte called as, the best examples like Marchantia. And another mechanism of asexual, we called it as the regeneration process. So here the regeneration, a new parent is formed from any fragment or any piece of the old parent. That we called it as the regeneration, where we can observe this regeneration in the sense the following organisms like amoeba, the sponge, and the hydra, and the planarians, we can observe this regeneration mechanism. So one more important point that we called it as the hydra regeneration process was first discovered by a scientist. We called it as the Abraham Tremblay in the year of 1740. So he has discovered the first time and he observed the regeneration mechanism in the hydra. Like planarians also can performing the regeneration process. And the another process, a very important process, that we called it as the sporulation. The sporulation is a best mode of asexual reproduction in the lower algae and the fungal members and different types of the organisms. Like we have to observe what is the sporulation. So sporulation in the sense these are spores are, they are in a thin walled single celled structures. The spores are thin walled single celled structures, where we can observe these spores in the sense like the best examples we can observe many of the sponges, the monarians, protista, algae, fungi. So monarians and protistans and algae and fungi. These organisms can produce us different types of the spores. So what are the different types of the spores? Now we have to find about the different types of the spores. So one different type of spore, we called it as the zoospores. And it is a zoospores. So zoospores is a spore of which helps for the asexual reproduction, and moreover this is a motile and flagellated spores. The zoospores are the motile flagellated spores. They shows the motility character which will freely swim in the water habitats to reach their antherozoid region. That's why they has like we called it as the flagellus. The flagellus also can help for them to swim in the water region. Like these we can observe in the lower algae and even in the fungus like albigo, Phycomycetes members. So here we can observe these kind of the zoospores in the albigo. Is a one type of Phycomycetes. And the another spores, those we called it as the conidial spores. The conidial spores are the spores which will produced by the a penicillium. These spores are present in the penicillium. Produced by penicillium. So, if we have to observe a penicillium, which will produce us the cells called as the conidial pores. So, the lateral sides of the bodies can start to produce us the many number of spores. So, this complete one we call it as a conidiophore. So, these conidial pores can produce us the anteriorly called as the conidias. So, these conidias are the asexual spores produced by the penicillium, and each conidia can develop into a new colony of penicillium. Like another types of the spores we can observe, those we called it as the sporangiospores. The sporangiospores. The sporangiospores can be observed in the rhizophus and mucor. There we can observe the sporangiospores, and these sporangiospores can produce us the spores, internal spores. That is why also we call it as endospores. Whereas in case of conidias, these are non-motile and external spores. Whereas in case of the sporangiospores, these spores are produced by internally. That is why we call them as a internal or endosporous condition. That endospores are produced by a sporangiospore, the sporangiophore. The sporangia having the spores, spores are present inside the sporangia. These sporangias are connected to the sporangiophore. And these sporangias together to form a bunch, we called it as a mycelium or a hyphae to the mycelium. So, these sporangias are in a bud-like structures, and their anterior part stored with many numerous high amount of spores. Those spores we call it as the sporangiospores. These spores whenever fell down, connect with the soil, then they will start to germinate and to develop the newer mycelias. So thank you. We'll continue in next class remaining concepts.